Hi everybody, today I'm going to be talking about what is involved in the Leaving Certificate for Spanish. Here is an overview of the Spanish subject. So, Spanish follows a common syllabus framework for the teaching and examining of modern languages in the Leaving Certificate. Spanish as a Leaving Certificate subject aims to bring students closer to fluency in the Spanish language, as well as developing a good knowledge of literature, culture, and geography to provide a context for communication. As the second most widely spoken native language and most widely studied language on the planet, Spanish has widespread use in international business. It also makes travel to Spain, Mexico, and most of South America more accessible. The structure of the Spanish subject is as follows. The Spanish syllabus aims to encourage all students to develop the following three skills. Skill number 1 is to foster the communicative skills. Number 2 is to help learners develop strategies for effective language learning. And number 3 is to help raise their awareness of cultural, social, and political diversity in general. So, what do we do in Spanish class? There are many ways that we can learn Spanish. For example, Quizlets, Kahoots, social media platforms. We can work in groups, have conversations, complete listening activities, translations. We can watch videos, complete some written work such as diary entries, letters, and notes. We can have quizzes. We can learn about culture through projects and complete projects on Spanish-speaking countries, posters, using Piccollage, many ways. What does the assessment look like for Leaving Certificate Spanish? The assessment for Spanish for both higher and early level students includes three parts: the speaking, listening, and written exam. The speaking exam happens in March or April of the year, with the listening and written happening on the same day in June. These will be further explained on the next two slides. For higher level students, the oral exam is worth 25%. In the oral exam, there is two parts. Over the 2 years, the students will receive 5 role plays, which they must learn and prepare some unseen questions for. On the exam day, the students will receive 1 role play that they must complete with the examiner and answer one unseen question. This is worth 30 marks. The second part is a general conversation that will last 10 minutes, and this is worth 70 marks. The general conversation will be said in Spanish and will be spoken on general topics such as school, family, friends, hobbies, and holidays. The listening exam is worth 20% and there are 80 marks available. There are 7 questions in total on the listening exam. Finally, the written part for higher level students is worth 55% and there is a total of 220 marks available. Section A of the written exam includes a journalistic text and 2 short reading comprehensions. Section B is opinion-based, where they have an opinion text and must complete an opinion piece or essay. Section C includes a dialogue, construction, or formal letter, and a diary entry or note. The ordinary level paper is slightly different to higher level. The oral exam, once again, is on the role plays, same as higher level, 5 role plays, and the students must complete 1 on the day and must complete a general conversation also. The listening exam is 25% and also includes 7 questions. And finally, the written exam is 55% with 220 marks in total, and there is 2 sections to this written paper. Section A has 5 reading comprehensions, and Section B, the students must complete an informal letter and a diary entry or note. In this section, we will show some samples of student work and what is expected of the students. Like all subjects, students are expected to try their best to be respectful of their classmates and their teacher, and most definitely in Spanish, to develop an awareness of several Spanish-speaking countries and cultures, to work and communicate with each other and the teacher in Spanish, and to develop skills in understanding, speaking, reading and writing in Spanish. This is an example of a diary entry in Spanish, and it shows the breakdown of the work expected from students. This example is an opinion piece, and this is something that would be expected from higher level students, and this is where the students get to express their opinions on a certain topic. In order to receive some feedback on Spanish, we interviewed some pupils in 6th year. We received some great feedback from them. For example, some students love learning Spanish because they got to use their language when they went on holidays to Spain during the summer. Some students found the subject very useful, and they have now realized how important a language is in terms of career opportunities, and this is something that we will go into more information in later in the slideshow. And finally, some students simply just enjoyed learning the language and have even now started to watch movies and series in Spanish on Netflix. This slide is showing us the national breakdown of grades that students in 2019 received after completing the Spanish Leaving Certificate exam. There were 5,646 students that completed the higher level Spanish exam in 2019 and 2,065 students that completed the ordinary level Spanish exam in 2019. And this is an overall average of grades that students achieved. Here are some of the potential careers that students may find of interest. With Spanish, students can become game testers, game translators, teachers, translators, flight attendants, IT consultants, hospitality managers, sales representatives, tour guides, and many, many more. It's very important that students realize the importance of having a language when entering university. For example, if students have the option to choose whether or not to take a language, they should really consider it seriously, as it may determine the choices available to them when it comes to applying for college. For example, a third language, which does not include English or Irish, is a requirement of a number of departments in the NUI colleges. UCC, UCD, NUI Galway and NUI Maynooth, for example. Departments in NUI colleges that require students to have a language include arts, humanities, law, social science, commerce, medicine and health science, and some other degrees. A third language is not required, however, for engineering or agriculture. In TCD and UL, they require students to have one language, either Irish or a modern language, while DCU and ITs require students to pass maths and English or Irish. This is very important for students to realise. For any more information, please don't hesitate to contact our subject coordinator, Louise Duffy, and here you will find her email, louiseduffy@luscc.ie. Thank you for listening.